Today we're going to talk a little bit about using the Trigger Point Grid STK, the grid stick, as I call it, in and or up around the hips. Okay. So with this particular one, this is the black one, the Grid X, which all that means is that the foam on this is a little bit stiffer than the one on the orange. All right, so that's the biggest difference. Otherwise, everything else is the same acupressure handles, same contour design, same finger texture or technique that they used on this particular stick. So we're going to work in and around the hip. You can do this standing, sitting in a chair. I actually like to prefer the half kneeling position. All right, so half kneeling, and I've got the hip that I'm working on in the down position. That way I could already be into a little bit of a stretch, or I can go into a little bit of a mobilization exercise after that. Now what you might find out with this, once you get in this position, is if your feet are a little too close together, we don't need you on a balance beam. All right, feet apart. That way you got good stable base. We're going to take the STK, and we're really going to work, man, the front side of this hip. Okay, so we got the front side of the hip bone right here. We've got the thigh bone right down here on the side. So we're going to start in that front, sort of right in that pocket area. All right, and for me, again, some of the videos you might see talks about putting pressure on. I don't do pressure. All right, I don't like generating pain with this technique. I prefer speed and making this tool generate a little bit of vibration, which helps with all of the same things we're after, which is increasing the hydration, getting those muscles to relax a little bit nicer for us. So again, nice and light, right in the front, right over that pocket spot. I'm going to work through there. Here I do this about 10 to 30 seconds, okay? We can actually work right down into the quad, all right, and get that outside of that quad, working the junction of that lateral quad in the IT band. A little bit in the front. Coming back up, getting into the front of that. Right here I can turn my glute on, my posterior glute on a little bit so I can isometrically contract. Then I go to the outside. Working right over the, again, this bony sandwich right here. You got a nice good meaty area right in between this top bone, the top hip bone, and that thigh bone. So we can work right in between that area. Working back to the front a little bit. And then what would be a great activity right after this? So we'll say we're done. We completed the treatment we were after. Right after that, come back up, core on a little bit, glute on a little bit, and go right into our half kneeling rotation. So for that, remember, we need to point our toe in the back. So right there, up tall. And then work into that, into that new mobility. All right, we can work on some flexibility, some stretching, and mobility right in that spot. All right, guys, so that was using the Trigger Point Grid STK in and around the hip, down into the quad. All right, working on those hip muscles. Paul Kowalski, Vallejo PT, Vallejo Online, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great one.